Hi, my name is Matt Stark. I'm the Director of Interagency Operations at the Executive Office of Health and Human Services, and I was deployed to the Rhode Island Department of Health for 2 years to help with finance, budget, procurement, and in particular, rapid antigen test kits. We had 2 purchase orders with 2 vendors, but they were unable to deliver on the test kits that the state needed. This was at a time when there were national shortages. Our vendors could not deliver, and we had to figure out a way to get the test kits into Rhode Island.
What I was worried about most during the pandemic was we were competing with all the other states and all the other companies, whether it be in the country or in the world. And there was a finite amount of material and services that we were all pulling from. Not to mention, in many cases, some of these manufacturing facilities were also down during that time. So it was really a race to the top to be able to get what we needed in the time period that we needed it for.
The federal government had just procured a large volume of rapid antigen test kits, so all states were struggling. We were no different. The first thing that we did was consult with the governance body. This was a thing that may be unique to Rhode Island. We had all the right players in state government at this governance body for both policy and finance, so you could come in, brief that group, and get direction very quickly from the governor's office, Department of Administration director, EMA, Department of Health. It was all there at one table.
It was important for us to work together because we have a procurement system that is not designed for speed. It's designed to mitigate risk. The governor had promised up to 1 million test kits in the month of January to be administered across the state.
First step was to work with the Division of Purchases, Nancy McIntyre here in Rhode Island, and understand what processes would be available to us to have unregistered vendors, to have no PO. One of the vendors was trying to bring in from South Korea, and were asking me, are you going to be able to open up an airstrip for us to land these test kits in? And we said, ultimately, no, we're not going to do that. You have to bring them through normal customs and so forth. I would absolutely do this again. I mean, this is a dream. Like, I got to tell my kids, they say, what do you do, Dad? And they can never understand what my job is. Oh, you go to meetings, you talk to people. Like, they don't know. But I was able to say to them, I was able to work on making sure we got test kits into Rhode Island.